Welcome back to Ill Eagle Culture Brands Red Tape Talk. I am your host, John Ostos, aka Ill Eagle CEO, and I'm here with my two counterparts, as per usual, Dion, Two Cup Larry, and Cody, Big Meat Mauk. And today I think we have an extra special guest, so special that we can't even put him on camera. But I think that means we're going to get some good deets. So, Cody, why don't you go ahead and introduce your guest?
Yeah, so I had first heard about him. One of our guys that it's a recruiter was telling us about him initially, and then when he came to the recruit sustainment program, which is the program that we utilize to basically train the new troops, so that by the time they get down to basic training, they know what they're going to get into in basic. And so when he had first come to RSP, I had saw him and had heard about him, and then we had talked for, I don't know, probably a good 2 hours at drill, and just I know that he has a lot of information. So Tony, he is from Iraq, and so I basically was really interested, being in the military. A lot of the people that I was in had deployed to Iraq, and during the Iraq war, and you being a person from Iraq, there's a lot of misconceptions, I guess you could say, about everything that went down in Iraq. And I talked to Tahir the other day from he's also from Iraq, and just hearing different perspectives about the situation there. And I think we talked briefly about Saddam in Iraq too, but Tony, if you can just kind of walk us through where you're from and how you got into basically when the Iraq war starts and everything like that. So start at the very beginning.
Yeah, just give a little of your background too before you come in.
Yes, of course. Hi for everybody, by the way. My name is Tony. I'm originally born and raised in Iraq. I born in before the war.
Yep.
During Saddam's regime, like in 2000 April 9, 2003, I used to be working for Saddam's regime.
Okay. In the army or
no, in the army. I was
as a civilian.
No, it was like security general services. This is like kind of forces who's work directly for the safety for Baghdad and the other regions.
Okay.
I was just like a security guard during that time, but our job it's exactly we conducting operations, follow the drugs dealers, follow the terrorists, before 2003 war, there is like a group of Al-Qaeda they just established, especially in Iraq. We start.
This is before the invasion?
This is before 2003. Saddam was targeting Al-Qaeda. Saddam is not targeting just Shia people. They target Sunnis as Al-Qaeda.
And that's kind of where I want to start. I want to start before America invaded into Iraq. Can you walk us through kind of what the country was like prior to us? Because I know that there's Saddam, he had his good and bad intentions, right?
Exactly.
But from my understanding, it was his sons were batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So can you kind of walk us through like how the country was prior to us invading into Iraq?
As I said, I was very close to the region, to Saddam's regime, because I was like a part of the security units, Saddam, he got two sons.
Yep.
And that's all the corruptions and crazy stuff they doing, that because of them, Saddam also, he got advisors, a lot of his tribe. And this is the other problem for him. If you meet Saddam personally, that's what I did one time. He was if you see him like personal, he's look like a cool guy. He said, "Oh, not Saddam." The people talking about
normal.
Yeah, normal people try to help everybody. He don't care like if you're from this city or that city. He's help everybody. But if you go straight to him, but because there is a lot of people around him, they of course they not allow you to say the truth to him. They always give him the bad stories. Saddam was listening to these people, who's close to him, like one of them, the bad decision he made like his youngest son Qusay as in charge about the Special Republican Guard and General Security Services in charge. He was like one from my directors, you know.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Now, that son, is that
Qusay.
the crazy one, or is the other one's the crazy one?
Both of them are crazy, you
Okay.
know, but there's a little bit of crazy than that.
I just
the
heard,
oldest one.
I probably think I heard more about one of the sons than the other one. So
Yeah,
Go
Oday.
ahead.
You're talking about Oday, the oldest one.
yeah.
Oday, that's different story.
Okay. We'll
He's
get
in
into
charge-
him.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
get
in
into
charge about the Saddam's militia, the Confidaiyu Saddam.
Okay.
But for Qusay, no, he's in charge about the official forces. One of them, the Special Republican Guard, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so during that time was a like very safe country. You know, we not deal with Al Qaeda never. You know, even when I was in a general security services, I was one day in a department when the nuclear weapon groups, researching group or whatever they call them, you know, they come, they tell, hey, don't mess with them, you know, they because we know a lot of them they are intelligence, you know. Hey, don't do something, you know, strange in front of them, you know, because they come to our department, they take a look, you know, what they did, you know, they take some GPS stuff, you know, and they left. Because how we found that, you know, when operations start, the Iraq operations team, the offices they've been attacked, you know, like by Muslims. Like we know, oh, these people, they're not, they are intelligence.
Sure.
Yeah. The economic was really bad, you know, because, you know, we can't get any medicine, we can't get, you know, any food, you know, because, you know, I don't know what to call that, you know, the US forces conditions they put on Iraq, you know, you can't do a lot free things, you know, because of Kuwaitian war, you know. Yeah, but so far people, they hate Saddam because the wars, but after when US forces coming, you know, and they see what happened, you know, they see what all the bad people who's come after Saddam. Trust me, the people now in Iraq are like 90% of them, they want Saddam back.
And that's what kind of what Tahir was saying, was that he wasn't the best guy, but he kept things at bay.
Exactly.
Especially the terrorist organizations.
Especially terrorist organization and Iran.
Yes.
Iran,
that's what's
the
another
biggest-
thing. Iran.
Yeah, Iran the biggest enemy to Iraq, you know.
Yeah.
And
Which
Saddam,
is interesting.
Yeah, very.
You'd think that they'd be buddy, but that's not the case.
it's not buddy because, you know, we've been in like a war with them for 8 years, from 2080 to 2088, you know. And this is big war. We lost a lot of soldiers, you know. That means a lot of family, they lost them sons, them fathers,
Yeah.
they hate them. But now you see like we buddy because they scared. People they scared, they said we don't like Iran because Iran they control after everything after 2010 when the US forces left, you know,
yeah.
they give a lot of opportunities to these militias to growing up and get bigger, you know that.
Wow. So after the American forces invaded, and then people basically turned on Saddam, right? And how did you go from working for Saddam's regiment into the next phase of your life? So you worked for Saddam, America invaded, Saddam went into hiding, correct?
Yes. After 2003, when a lot of people, they lost their jobs, security forces, intelligence agencies, you know, army, you know, because that one from the stupid decision they made by US government. Hey, let's tell all these people go home, you know, because now you give reason for these people to go join the militias, you know, or join Al Qaeda. Like Sunnis, they want Al Qaeda. Shias, officers, they want to the, let's say the militias.
Because there was no jobs, right?
There is no jobs. Yeah,
So they had to go somewhere, and Al Qaeda was hiring, so they just went to.
They give a lot of money for that. You know,
Wow.
I remember during that time, a lot of people. He said, "Hey, they offer us a job. Hey, you was in security forces. You got a good experience. Join us." But for me and the other people, we was good because we not follow, you know, some militias or peoples come from outside to let me work with him. You know, I don't trust you. I don't know who you are. You know.
Yeah.
Then 2004, after 1 year, I started working, you know, before this year I was married, you know, I was working just like supermarket just to get the life, you know, work. August 2004, US forces, they I remember Prime Minister Alawi, he said, we go and establish a special unit from the security forces and the intelligence, the former people, welcome for everybody to come back. Me and the other people who believe the country, because we now working for Saddam, we working for Republican of Iraq. That's one issue. You ask me how you return working from Iraq or to, no, we were not working for Saddam. Saddam is gone. We work for who's the prime minister who's coming, like Ayad Allah during that time.
Sure.
They took us, they trained us. I joined, like, they call them the Commandos Unit or Commandos Company, 2004. And this unit, it's worked directly with the U.S. forces, like we conduct operations together, I start like U.S. people. I like the technique. I like the training because, and before 2003, the training they give it to the Iraqi soldier. It's like a Russian kind, like we use in the AK-47. But when we went to the American technique, no, that's different. We use an American weapons. We still like it, we see the different, especially for me, it's a huge difference between Russian training and American training. Then 2005, one from the U.S. friends, he's come to me, he said, hey, Tony, you speak good English, we need some people help us and like to work with us closely as interpreter, advisor, whatever you can help us with. I said, yes, okay. Then I start working in a city, north region, so like where Saddam is born, We start work there, it's not easy to build a trust with the U.S. forces, especially you working for Saddam before, but that's good. It's given me a lot of opportunities, said, because the experience I got, it's very easy to see who's the good, who's the bad,
Sure.
Not like working as a local national interpreter, we just translate Arabic to English or English to Arabic, no. Because I said, don't do this. I give them advice. Hey, when you go to raid some houses, hey, don't do this one. I separate women's, always don't touch women, I start teach the U.S. forces the culture first, Any new units coming, hey, before you conducting any operation, you have to sit with me, I don't need to know where you're going, but you need to listen to these rules, Don't shake women's hand, especially like if you're in some houses, you see women without hair cover, or they call them hijab. I say, hey, ma'am, just put your hijab, try to, turn your face to the other side. I know it's not mean, some women maybe do some stupid, but not exactly as that. They start like me, ISIS case, I do a lot of good jobs, Then other units, they come and he said, hey, buddy, we want you to join with us. So it was like a special units, because you work with other units. We see you're like, you good job, that job you did is good. He said, I'm okay. It's really hard for like a local national you working with the special units, It's not really easy to trust you, But these people, they was trust me for that because I go with them like with my weapons.
Yep.
As an interpreter, we're not supposed to. Yeah. But for me, I have my pistol, my rifle. One day, I remember the team surgeon come to my room, open my room. He saw like a sniper rifle, BKC. He said, "Oh, do you have like armory here?" I thought, "Yeah." He said, "How you have all these weapons?" I thought, "No worries. I just called you guys." He said, "Yeah." Yeah, we start working a lot of good like operations. One from the operation, we killed the minister of defense of Al Qaeda. They called was Abu Ubaidah.
Oh wow!
Of Al Qaeda.
Of Al Qaeda during that time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in Balad.
Was he hiding out in a house or?
Yeah, we got information. He's there with some 7 or 8 people who's guard for him. When he went there, it was like more than that. So like 22.
22 people?
22 people, went there, we got 2 or 3 Americans who'd been injured for that operation, big operation. Then we saved them, we keep contact, we kill them all. We killed Abu Ubaidah, we got all information. That information lead us, it was good, lead us because, when tracking some information lead us to another big hit, who's Zarqawi.
Al-Zarqawi.
That's one from the good information we got from this
Wow.
mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
How close were you, like, in that mission? I guess would you say you, like, are you in the formation with the guys?
I was an information the guy, and I'm the one who's provide this information to them from the source.
Okay.
Directly from the source to me, because I wasn't aligned with the source. Hey, you know.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
Did you engage in combat too? Then?
engage in combat too,
Okay.
and I saved one from the American. You know, I went with them to their base. We saved him. You know,
Nice.
That's really cool.
then we come back again to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Save him to come back in the same helicopter.
Wow.
So when you hit this house and you found out that where the next information for where Zarqawi was, how long did it take to go from there to Zarqawi? Was it
So I think it's like a year. You know,
about a year
Yeah.
to track him down?
Yeah, because this is not easy information to track on somebody like a Zarqawi, you know. This information.
Who at the time was like the head dude for Al Qaeda, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. So he was an ace on the hit list.
Zarqawi is a number one.
Yeah.
And during Saddam regime, we was looking for him too.
Sure.
Saddam was no,
Saddam was.
because he's come to Iraq, you know, and he been a trade in Iraq, you know.
Sure.
He was being shooting. Yeah, he got shot, I think, by US or whatever, you know. He went to Iraq, and Iraqi intelligence was looking for him too.
Okay.
That's why I still remember that bad person, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So were you pretty pumped when when you hit that house and then they found out like, hey, we know where Zarqawi was? Like you were like, holy shit.
No, like that, be honest with you. You know what happened is, as my job as interpreter, we collect all information, you know. I went back to the office, you know, I said, this good, this not good, you know. Whatever, you know, information there, we give it to the intel officers, you know, they send it back to there. They start tracking until we said, we found another source. He said, yeah, I'm going to meet with the Zarqawi like maybe this week because he's in this area. I said, I'll come back to the team. I think, hey guys, we got good source. He going to meet with Zarqawi. I said, we tried to give him like some stuff to get close, you know, but Al-Qaeda was smart, you know. The source, he said, when I went there, you know, they do this to me, you know, they put me in different track, they took all my stuff, you know, they never let me. I said,
Some money, right?
it's what happened is, you know, what he told me is they put him like in a safe house, they let him take all his clothes, and they give him a dish dash or whatever, you know. Then they put
Blindfold.
blind his hair, his eyes, and put him in different track and go there.
Okay. So you didn't.
Yeah, he's come back. He said, yeah, I can't tell you exactly where is he, but I think, because we've been trained, these people very well, he said, maybe in this area, you know.
So he knew by the way he was turning in the vehicle.
Yeah, we went there that night, you know, we started looking, you know, for the area, you know, we tried to see, maybe we got some information. Accidentally, one from the guards, he was running away and he started shooting a helicopter, you know.
Oh shit.
I said, yeah, and the helicopter started shooting, they killed him. We went there, we took picture, we sent him to our friend, he said, yeah, that's one from the people who was with him, you know. I said, we get close. Then, yeah, I remember what happened is, yeah, after a few seconds, you know, he was like in safe house, is very close to this person being killed, you know. I think when he heard we shooting or something, you know, he ran away, you know.
Yeah.
On the helicopter, he said, I saw like a pickup truck, we shoot the pickup truck. Yeah. He was injured and ran away. But what we got his laptop and got with his Thuraya phone. It's the satellite phone.
Sure.
Then that's how we got him. Because after, I think week later, they shoot him in Diyala and they killed him by F-16 or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are just like in camouflage, like just in the woods, trying to not be
Desert.
seen, basically.
There's
Desert.
no,
Yeah, I
we're
guess.
in the woods.
I'm thinking trees. I'm like,
You're just in the jungle of the desert, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that desert is really like a big desert because it's connected to different province, you know.
So how are you? It's that good at camouflage that you're just not seen, huh? Like,
It's-
Well, you got to remember at this time, America is basically
Very far.
occupying,
yeah.
right? The entire country, America's in there. But at the same time, there's these units that are going door to door trying to find the head honchos.
Yeah.
Like Sarkawi.
So when these guys are hiding, are they in just like compounds?
No, it's just like
Safe house.
it's old houses, you know,
Yeah.
for the farmer. You know what Al Qaeda, what they did? They come to this, let's say this village. They kick the people
Oh,
and they
kick
took
them out.
they took this houses.
Okay.
And let's say they took this house like as a safe house, and they put another 2, 3, 4 far away to keep looking if somebody's come like some Humvees or helicopters or whatever, you know.
Okay.
And nobody can come close to this house, even if he's farmer or he's whatever, you know.
So you kept getting basically intel from different sources, and then you would go to the wherever they were, but you kept coming up empty trying to find Zarqawi, and it took you guys almost a year
Yes.
to finally track him down.
Exactly, because, you know, when I'm from the job, we're not looking for like a local, I mean, or they said, how is it? We're looking for the top 10 terrorists, you know? Not looking for the people. This is one from our job, you know. And Zarqawi was number 1. I want to get him down. That was really good.
Yeah.
So one other question I got for you is, so the sources that you have, are they people that were captured and some?
Some.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that was my main question. Is it, or are they people working on the inside as well?
Yeah, most of from the people being detained or captured, he have no choice to cooperate or go to jail, you know.
So they would capture people and make them soldiers, essentially.
We talk to them and get as more
intel.
Yeah.
Were you with the unit when they captured Zarqawi?
No, he been killed, you know. I went with this unit that we shot him first, you know. But when he ran away, I think there is like aircraft. They got him after a week.
Airstrike.
Yeah.
That's what it said when I looked him up here. Is
Yeah.
In Diyala.
Yep.
And then call him Hib or whatever area in Diyala. Yeah.
Wow. So between you guys hitting that house and then the year later, were you guys actively looking for other terrorists, or were you strictly focused?
We focus on him, of course, but we're still looking for another terrorist, because the people around Zarqawi is not local, like not regular terrorists. You know,
Sure.
Of course, from the top advisor or leaders, you know, are always they around with him. Especially Zarqawi come visit this area, you know. I remember in that meeting, you know, my friend told me, he said, "Hey, he mentioned your name and your friend too in this." Adam, how is that? He showed us the video. I wish I still have this video, but I don't know how is this video.
Like they knew about you?
Yes,
Oh.
because I was number 1 target for them. They put like $25,000 for my head.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, especially Zarqawi said, "Yeah, I want this." Call him Shurugi. I mean, because we are like part of from the south of Iraq. I mean, they call him Shurugi. You know, he said, "Yeah, I want this Shurugi. I'll put $25,000 for anybody. Give me his information.
Wow.
Give me his head."
Mm.
I said, "Okay, let's see." I got him first.
Yeah. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So, how long did you work with that unit?
5 years and a half.
5.5 years.
Yeah, I started working from 2005 to 2010.
Okay. And then after that, what happened?
After that, I got my visa. I come to United States, you know.
So basically, right when the Iraq, when we withdrew from Iraq, is kind of when you.
2010, you know, after this strategic security agreement between United States and of Iraq, you know, all the U.S. forces start pull back, you know.
Yeah.
And my team, he said, "I think this is the time you should go back to U.S. at least, get your visa, take your family." You know, I said, "Okay." Yeah, I went there for I come to North Dakota 2010. Yeah, January 2010. Why I decide North
I was gonna
Dakota?
say, that's an interesting
Because
choice.
I remember the agency, they come IOM, International of Immigration. They asked me, "Hey, do you have a friend or you have a family going leave to?" I said, "No, just let me stay away from everybody because I'm a big target." You know, they choice for me Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, my friend, my team, they was laughing. He said, "Yeah, Tony, going there, you know, you're not going to see just the governor and you will be maybe his secretary, you know, because nobody lived there." I said,
Yeah.
yeah. I still remember when I fly here, I see like snow everywhere. He was right. Gosh, it's too cold.
Yeah.
Especially, I like person like me come from like Iraq,
Yeah.
140, 130. It's really
So you left in 2010. Did you still have family there when you left?
yes. That was my wife's killed behind me. 2013, my wife's killed.
And that was from ISIS?
Yes, they blow up her. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
she was like in a market and they big ID and they killed her. It was not target her exactly. They target
It
everybody.
was a car bomb?
It's an. It
Or was
was
it-
an ID, but
Okay.
yeah, it's hit the market. You know,
Yeah.
during that time, 2013, there was like a really bad years. They put ID here, ID there. You know.
Just to cause damage.
Yeah, exactly. And killed as more they can. You know.
It's awful.
So was there any specific targets for ISIS, or they just wanted to cause chaos there? Like what was the purpose behind?
That actually this year they put, you know, Baghdad is two sides, you know, Rasafa and Kirk, you know, I mean, let's say Sunnis and Shia sides, you know.
Yeah.
One day they attack in the Shia's area, one day they attack in Sunnis area. They try to go with this as civil
Instigate.
war. Yeah.
Yeah, they
As-
instigated them to fight each other.
yeah, exactly. And, you know, from 2000, they said 6 to 2009, you know, exactly that with the civil wars happening between the Sunnis and Shias, you know.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Sometimes I stuck in like in a work for like 6-7 months. I can't go back home because it's too dangerous to go back.
Oh sure.
I don't want to go too far off the subject, but I just want to kind of compare what you experienced through all that and what you're seeing happening in the United States today. Does that bear any similarities as far as like the way the government's operating and they're turning the people against each other and dividing them here in America? Do you see that being similar to what you witnessed happening in Iraq with that?
No, it's because the U.S. government, they now vote what happened in Iraq. In Iraq is completely different. What happened is Al Qaeda. They tried to kill as more they can from the Iraqis. Not just that, you know, there is another extremist from the Shia side that we call them the militias, you know. By the way, one from the information I got, both Al Qaeda and the Shia militia, they trained in Iran, by the way.
Oh.
Like one from the friends, he was there. He's come back. He said, "Hey, where you been?" He said, "I was in training." I thought, where? I thought one from the Sunnis areas. He said, "No, Sunnis country." Sorry. He said, "No, I was in Iran." I was shocked. I thought he lied to me, you know, because Iran's supposed to be like a Shia
Yeah.
country, you know, and should be supported and defense for Shia, right? No,
Wow.
So what does that mean then?
Iran, who's the one behind everything, all the problems. They support Al Qaeda. Now, what do you think of like what happened in Gaza right now? Why Iran supporting Gaza? Gaza Sunnis, right?
Right.
Just to keep the Middle East as busy as.
And they're funding the
Exactly.
Hamas and everything.
Yeah, they're funding Hamas, they're funding Hezbollah, they're funding a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about any of the terrorist organization flooding through the southern border or anything like that?
Like, what do you mean by it?
Like Al Qaeda or any of the Hamas terrorists? Have you heard any rumblings that they're coming through the southern border to come into the United States to cause chaos?
Like with the rise of immigration the past couple of years, has there been an influx in the amount of possible terrorists coming through the United States border?
It's not like that, you know. What I heard is, you know, see, like one from there's a 3 major programs to come to United States for the Iraqis and the other countries. Especially, let's say talking about Iraq. One, they call special immigration visa, who's that the people who's working for United States government or army. The other program they call IOM, the International of Immigration, the people who's working in U.S. government, but let's say they don't have like 12 months, you know, different conditions. The other one is the people who they're for the refugees, the Iraqis who's run away from Iraq, they live in Turkey and Syria. This is the problem. The problem is not about the people who's working in Iraq. Because all the people work for the U.S. Army. They've been checked,
Vetted.
by a lot of agencies to be hired, you know.
Right.
But what I heard
The
is
refugees. Not.
refugees, because there is like 500,000 cases, false cases. They come to U.S.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they involved with Al Qaeda. I don't know if they changed their mind, but I'm not sure that he changed his mind. You know,
Wow.
they call them sleeping cells.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a sleeping cells here.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of it here. I'm sure in North Dakota. Yeah,
And that's kind of what we were talking about for a while now, with that, and then our southern border being wide open. You could basically walk across and not get vetted.
you can walk right past police and guard and everybody. Nobody.
And so
says nothing.
they're already saying that the people that they have caught were on the terrorist watch list.
Because I talked to a lot of people about that, you know, hey, how is this people coming here, you know, because I heard a lot of names. They said they show up here. I said, how is that coming here? It's impossible, because there is no cross information. Like every agency here, they keep the information for themselves.
Yeah,
They not
yeah,
share it
yeah.
with the others,
Yeah.
you know, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened in Iraq before. Like army, they don't share information with the special forces.
Right.
I mean, Iraqi special forces. They don't share with it. Now it's different now, because they start put like basic information or base information. Any terrorist coming, you know, hit his name, you see that, you know. But I don't see that in here in the US. Because how would these people come to US?
Right. Who do you think? Do you think that Iran is funding those terrorist groups to come to the U.S. to cause chaos?
Why not?
Yeah.
Iran beyond everything. I told you, Al-Qaeda, they train Al-Qaeda, they train Sunnis.
But the goal is just to cause chaos, and that's it. Like that they don't even want to take over. They just want to cause chaos.
It's a control thing for sure. They're trying to unite it like one world government or something, and take control of as many countries as they can, I'd imagine.
And it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but normally these certain terrorist groups would hate each other. Like the Taliban would hate Al-Qaeda, but as of late, it sounds like they're all working together on kind of a united front towards
The
the West.
I don't have a lot of information about Qaeda and Taliban, you know, between them, you know, how it which.
I'm
because
just
not
going
from-
off what the news, you know.
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm not from Afghanistan, be honest
Yeah.
with you. Maybe
Yeah.
Afghanis people, they know a lot about things.
Yeah.
But back to Iraq, yeah, of course, Al-Qaeda, they hate the militias, you know.
Yeah.
But what I see in Gaza, they work together, you know. For example, in Syria, they're a Ba'ath party, right? The militias in Iraq, they kill every member who's in part from a Ba'ath party. Ba'ath party was Saddam's regime's party, okay? Why they defend for that in Syria? Syria's Ba'ath party. Why is in militias there? It's, I don't know how to say that. Your enemy is my enemy, but when I go there, you know, no, it's your enemy is my friend, you know, it's kind
Yeah.
It's odd.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do that, you know.
Weird.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
So you came over in 2010, and then you've been here in North Dakota ever since?
No, I went back again working, because one from my friends, he's called me. He said, hey, buddy, I'm working right now in Baghdad, you know, I don't trust no one here.
Okay. So you got
I want
a
to go
call
back.
from a certain organization, from your buddy
Yeah.
who worked for a certain organization.
Yeah.
And he said, we need your help. Can you come back?
Yeah, I went back again.
Now, at that time, did you have any family here that you established? So
no.
it was just you?
Yeah.
So then you went back in what year was that?
2010, yeah, July 2010.
So you came in 2010, you went back right away?
Yeah, 7 months later, I go back.
You were like,
shit.
it's so cold here. I don't want to
It's
be.
so cold.
yeah.
I feel like bored here.
Yeah, it is boring.
Yeah. I said, no, I have to go back. Yeah, I
So you
back.
went back in 2010, and then what happened once you went back?
I saw work there, you know.
Did you do the same type of job, like
It's kind
trying
of
to find information?
No,
or
no. It's different job, you know. It's work for State Department, you know.
State Department?
Yeah, but it's different job. It's like one from the American companies, you know, who's provide logistic support for the Army and the State Department.
Okay.
And my friend, he was like a chief of security there. He said, yeah, I want you to go back with me. I said, okay. We back to there from 2010 to 2014 when, you know, Al-Qaeda go back again to Iraq, and they took a lot of province like Mosul, Anbar, you know. Then I feel it's not safe anymore. I have to go back.
And
So at that time, there was Al Qaeda and ISIS at the time?
Yeah, it was ISIS actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're the same name, you know.
Yeah.
Because ISIS is a part of Al Qaeda, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, but the 2000, I think 14 June 2014 when they start taking all the cities, you know.
They started getting a stronghold again in Iraq.
Yeah, I see that it's not safe anymore. I have to go back.
Okay.
And even during that time, were you still kind of a target, or you felt pretty safe?
No, I still target, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody who's working for US is a target.
Yeah.
Sure.
Today or tomorrow, trust me.
Yeah.
So when you went back there, did you stay on base the whole time, or on a base the whole time, or did you have to go out in the streets and?
2010 to 2014.
Yeah.
No, I was in the street. You know, I was living.
Were you strapped? Did you stay?
No, this is the problem. You know, because I have a green card holder. You know, they said, "Oh, we can't hire you as a direct hire. You have to be a local national." I said, "How is that?" Because I supposed if I have a right and to protect me, he said, "No, we can't protect you. We give you a green card. You should go back to US. You know, work there. We can't hire you as a direct hire." And they hire from another countries. You know, just for Iraqis you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I
take that dangerous. I said no, I'll be signed as a local national because I give my word to this my friend. I will be work with him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I get a little bit of pay, like for the difference between the direct hire, the local national, and the pay. You know, they said I made like 1,400 as a local national,
Mm-hmm.
but if you direct hire will be making like $5,000-6,000. Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, I accept that job, you know, with this little, just because to protect my friend, he's in US.
So when you were there as a local national, then were you able to carry a weapon?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
You had a target on your head. You didn't fucking.
And I have to go every night sleep outside of a green zone with my family.
What?
Yes, because
they can't protect you.
Yeah, because you local national, you know, you signed contract as a local national. That means you work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or from 7 to 7. Then you have to go back home.
So did you have to bounce around to stay hidden, or?
Yes, exactly. That's why I was really hiding. I always change roads, you know, always using my techniques, you know.
Were you staying at like your friends' places, or did you where did you stay?
I'll just rent a house, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you I don't know if this is.
I got married again that time, you know. I said,
yeah.
So you had multiple people with you at that time?
Yes,
okay.
My wife, yeah.
Okay. Just you two, or was there more people with you?
No, I'm from my daughter, from my ex-wife, you know.
Okay. So 3 of you, and you're bouncing around. You look very clean cut and nicely shaven, just like. Is that what you look like when you were there, or did you change your appearance at all? Or
no, of course.
I don't mean to sound like.
No, this is what I am, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm always like to be in shape, always like to be nice. Even my friends said, "Oh, you're going to war, you're going mission. Why you put like cologne or whatever?" I like that. He said, "Okay."
And you don't stand out at all? I've never been there, obviously, but like that's not an issue for you when you're there. Like, I'm not trying to be like stereotyping or anything. I guess.
With the target on your head,
you look very clean cut.
Well, like you would stand out. Didn't that make you nervous?
Yeah.
No, this is my life. You know,
I'd be like, it's the guy with the button-up shirt.
I like to wake. I like to wake up like every morning, shave, take shower, get breakfast, and go to work. That exactly.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Then one day I was thinking, I said, "This is the time now." That's why I would come to the army.
Yeah. So you were there from 2010 till 2014.
Yes.
ISIS started to take over the country again. You were like, screw this, I gotta fucking go. So did you have kids at that time?
Yes, I did.
How many kids?
I got from my ex-wife like 3 total.
3 kids and then a wife. So you did all of you guys come over at once, or was it just you?
No, it's I applied for my wife in 2014, but they put her under me and her for they call them administrative process, you know.
Okay.
That take her from 2014 to 2022.
Oh, wow. That long.
And that was I don't forget them about that, you know. It's because especially if you have kids from different wife, you know, you can't leave them with your wife.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I have to back and forth every time. Then I found job in the government of Iraq. because there's no another American companies can hire me because I'm a green card holder, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I found job, with the government of Iraq to 2022. When I got my wife and my family's coming here, they said, yeah, now you are in a safe house. Now I have to looking for my future. She said, what is your future? I like to join the army. He said, are you crazy? You just left the army before. He said, I don't know. I love the army, especially U.S. Army. I want to be a soldier. She said, okay. I was looking on internet, digging like how I joined the army because my age was like over 35, you know. Then was like one from the, I think, army website, you know. Yeah, I was looking on the website how I joined the army. I put a like question. I see usarmy.com, you know. I put a like comment. I said, hey, do you guys allow for over 5 years old? And they put me like a link for recruiter, you know. I hit the recruiter, I put all my zip code and stuff. They linked me with the National Guard. They told me you go on active or National Guard. I said National Guard. Let's see what the National Guard looked like first. Then I went there to the recruiter, who was a really nice recruiter, you know. I like him as a brother, you know. He's always behind me. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, we work on this. I told him my story. I told him my experiences. Okay. But the problem is I don't have a U.S. citizen. That means I'm not qualified for a lot of confidential jobs. You know, I have to go with just regular job. He said, what job you looking for? Any job, you know, just when I get my citizenship, then I will be changed. Because I like to be honest with you, I like to be back to my regular, you know, my old job, you know, I like be interpreter, be intelligence, you know. I love this job because I see myself with all experience I have. It's forbidden, you know, we losing this experience, especially, you know, it's not just because language, you know, no, the connections, you know, the people,
and the culture.
Yeah. I know there's I was looking for the army website. There's a lot of MOSs, you know, they teaching language and culture, but for me, I already have all that, so it'll be easy, you know. That's why I told the sergeant here, you know, I would like to maybe change on my MOS in the future, you know.
Yeah, so that's where he's at now. He just got back from training like a month ago, right?
Yes, a month ago.
Yep. So now he's going to be working on getting your citizenship. So
I got my citizenship.
So you're naturalized?
Yes.
Whoa, congrats, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long did it take? Did you have to study for a long time, or?
No, it's 2 months. Soon I joined the basic, you know.
He didn't have to take the test, correct?
No, I did the test, but it was really easy test, you know. Because they ask you like 100 questions about U.S., you know, culture and stuff. So it was really easy for me, you know. I just answer. And officer was good with me too. He said, yeah, thank you for private service, you know, thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as soon as like 2 months, I got my citizenship.
I just imagine at this point the U.S. citizenship is just pop culture questions, just a bunch of different pop culture
Name
questions.
5 Taylor Swift songs.
Really, I appreciate, you know, my big thanks to the U.S. Army for this easy process to be a citizenship, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good, especially in Fort Jackson. You know?
I had another question. So when you came back, finally, you came straight back to North Dakota, even though you knew what it was going to be like.
Yes.
You were like, all right, I'm back.
Because this is the only city. I never been in a different city.
Yep.
I visit friend in Dallas, then I come back again here, you know.
You didn't like it in Dallas, though?
No, see, I'm always looking for job first. You know, every city I go first I looking for a job because I don't need to stay there and bring my family.
Yeah.
I don't like to stay like that. I hate to be bored, you know. That I join the army, you know.
That's crazy.
That's dope. That's
Are
awesome.
you guys all back together again?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's awesome. So, what do you think about the current climate as far as like the president and whatnot?
I'm not good with politics, to be honest with you.
You don't pay attention to politics?
I look at that, you know.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm.
You say
I
neutral?
like more to be a Republican more than Democrat, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the way for.
I think that's
Republican, you know.
probably the majority of people in the military probably lean that way.
Yes, especially with my experience with my kids. You know, I'm come from I'm a Muslim, first. One from the stuff I don't like here with this, let's say, party, it's the, I don't know how to say that, the sexual stuff, like
Sexualization.
yeah, like male to male, female to male.
Oh, yeah.
That's big issue for us,
Right.
that I try to protect my kids from that,
Yeah.
and they allow that in schools. And that's not good.
Yeah.
I know Republican, they don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like Republican, just because of that.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
So how do you go around that with your kids? Do you keep them out of school and homeschool, or how do you get around that? Or you just kind of rolling the dice, hoping it doesn't happen here? Or
I'm really tired with this,
Yeah.
I try to find a private school for my daughters,
that's pretty much the only way.
Sometime I'm thinking I like to send them back to Iraq to study, because I'm scared from this nation. I'm scared from this, this issue.
Yeah.
Right. It is a big issue.
Because I start looking to my oldest daughter, she start listening this stuff. He said, she don't listen to me sometimes. He said, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you allow your kids to be on social media?
Yes, we allow them, but with limited,
Yeah.
It's not go crazy stuff, because I'm always behind them. I watching them, don't need them vote with some stupid stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost an embarrassment with the differences in culture between like what we allow in America and what our hardships are. Like you talk about right now in America, we're fighting over gender. It's a pretty simple solution. There's only two genders.
Yeah.
That's the God.
But yeah, in America, it's like there's so many different genders, and there's kids protesting and crying, and there's all this crazy stuff going on. And then I hear stories about like what it was like for you living in Iraq, and it's just damn right.
And that's the crazy thing. I don't know if you know, but there is protesters at these colleges saying gays for Palestine. Gays for Palestine. They swear to God that there's actual protesters holding up signs saying gays for Palestine. Meanwhile, if they actually were in Palestine, what do you think would happen to them? Gay people.
I'm not even gonna show you. It is true. That is a thing. We don't even need to look up pictures. It is up there.
So I've heard stories about what some of these countries do to gay people, right?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder them, basically.
Yeah.
They don't allow that in the country.
Yeah, I told you in Iraq it's really hard to be in this agenda or this gender, sorry. It's because the God, he's say you man, you woman, we always, but now,
have you seen that personally in Iraq? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I see. One day, 2000, I think 8 or 9, I heard there is a coffee shop in Iraq, like cafe, you guys call it, for gays,
Oh.
But what happened, what they, start coming in the news and propaganda, a lot of things. Militias, they attack them and they kill them all.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they shoot up the place or they go and grab them out?
They grab them,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they still target them, You see them, a lot of them, they run away outside of Iraq, It's not good too, because it's not his fault, to go kill him. Not just sit with him, maybe you can fix him, or just give him his freedom, You be a gay, just stay away from this population, Just, I don't like to be, I would say that, aggressive with them, but I don't see that's right things.
Well, I don't know if you watch the news at all, but with these protests, it's all these spoiled brats are basically protesting for Palestine, and they're holding up these signs saying gays for Palestine, which it just makes no sense because they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They have no idea about any of the culture, clearly, if they're holding up signs like that,
Exactly.
So it's just, when I see that, and knowing you and knowing everything, it's so annoying to see that.
No, because I like seeing in Muslim religion, we got a Quran as a holy book for us, and there is a big stories about gays with the Lut, Prophet Lut, he was in Jordan, how is the God, he's punish all his community because of gay stuff, We learn from that lesson, that we don't like it because we know that's upset the God, if you be like women or man to man,
Sure.
It's really a big issue for Muslims, you know. Maybe some countries do that, but for us, no.
Okay. So
I see that is not healthy, to be honest with you, too.
yeah, absolutely. That's, you know, and you're free to think that way as well. What is the difference between some of these women from different Muslim countries? Some of them are covered with just their head, and maybe they have a dress, but their face is exposed. But some of them are like fully, they only have their eyes exposed.
Yeah.
What's the difference, and why such?
It's I like what Islam is allow us, you know, like you see your face, like for the woman, you know, for the stranger, her face, you know, the one around her face to the chain, and sorry, on her hands, you know,
Yep.
to her, and then other than that, you can show it to the stranger people. But there is other people, they believe they do go more, you know, especially like if you go to Saudi or Afghanistan or whatever, you know, you see them, they have all the eyes because they see that's also still
Skin
still
Yeah.
it's not allowed to, but it's kind of a little bit extremist, you know.
Extremist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I see that.
Wow, that's crazy. So that's only when if they're gonna go outside, they got to put everything on.
Yes.
So when they're indoors, it's just normal.
Yes, between her family, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, even she's not worried hijab for her husband, her father, mother, or like sister, brother. The first, I like how we say that relationship to her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she don't need to put even on her.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
but
they're
if she go outside, yeah, she have to.
are they allowed to wear like or do their hair or anything while they're inside their house? Like, are they allowed to like,
Yes,
wear makeup or anything
yes,
like that?
yeah, of course. You
They
know.
can do all that.
She allowed to do everything for her husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Wow.
This is kind of, I like special. I see that, you know, because it's believed like when you bring, if you buy like a chocolate or something, it's very covered, you know, when you open it and you taste it, it's very sweet, it's very nice, you know. That's what they believe, you know. We don't like her like nice stuff, you know, go to the stranger, you know, just keep it for me, you know. I'm the husband, I'm the one who deserve that, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Crazy.
Iraqis would hate America.
They went to the gym.
The women here share themselves with everybody, man.
Everybody.
Yeah.
There's no secrets.
Yeah, I see
you've
that.
heard of
I see
OnlyFans,
that.
right?
Yeah, I see that.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I have a lot of American friends. Yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of, I turned my settings on my Instagram to not show me excessive things or whatever.
Explicit.
Explicit, yeah. But I didn't know it was going to be like for women. So now my suggested reels are still women, but they're lifting and not like completely shirtless. And so
Yeah, it does a pretty good job.
It's
at it.
much better.
They'll sneak in every once in a while though.
Yeah.
There'll be like weird ads or something. Like I've showed you guys the crazy ads that show up on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's pure porn.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pornography.
Yep.
That
on
helped.
Facebook.
And
is
bro,
crazy.
I'm serious. Like I've gotten maybe 3 of them in just this year so far, and I report them to Facebook for review for being like sexual content or indecent content. And Facebook 100% of the time has come back and said they see no issues with the ads.
That is
and they are not,
crazy.
and therefore will not remove them, but they will remove them from my view.
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's
This
nuts.
is the Facebook policy. you
Yeah.
know. Many times when I see bad things, I like, let's say, some comments. You know, I know this guy. He believes is from Qaeda because from his comments. You know what he's saying. I report that. Facebook come back to me and said, no, we see that's normal.
Yeah. But Facebook agreed and took down one of my posts of bodybuilders
Yeah.
because they had their shirts off on a poster of these two guys.
It was us. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And they took it down because someone reported it because it didn't meet standards or whatever. But I report legitimate pornographic videos and images, and they're like, "There's nothing wrong with this."
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a weird indoctrination happening in this country right now. And
they
they're
try to
destroying the minds of the youth so that
Yeah,
they can.
they try and suck you in. I mean, I'm
Yes.
young and I've seen it. I fall for it every once in a while, but then you just gotta be strong, I guess.
During Saddam's regime, this is a funny story. During Saddam's regime, we don't have an internet. I like
Oh, wow.
I like that. We using the internet just for maybe the government or whatever, you know. We don't have a cell phone too. We just have the regular phone, you know.
Sure.
But now I believe Saddam was right. He said because all that crazy thing because the social
technology,
media.
It's only got
Because
worse.
And
they
that's-
use it for the wrong,
Yeah.
on the wrong side.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get at was like Saddam. He had a lot of issues, but there was some stuff that he did right for sure. Right? Are you in contact? Are you in contact with anybody that's still there in Iraq?
I like friends,
Yeah, or anybody?
I got a lot of friends there. Yeah.
Yeah. So how is it in Iraq right now? Because when I see I'm watching the news because one of my units is currently in Syria, and so we always hear about drone attacks and bombings and stuff, and a lot of them are happening in Iraq, and I guess it's probably more on the eastern side of Iraq, right?
Yeah. This let's say most of from the operations come from Al-Anbar, and it's not because the people there, no, the militias there, because I told you after this 2014 when Al-Qaeda they take over, there is a fatwa that's coming from Sayyid Ali Sistani, like, hey, for everybody who can't carry weapon, go fight for your country, kick Al-Qaeda, they'll be, because we thought Al-Qaeda, no, we not thought that, Al-Qaeda, they was planning to come to take back that too.
Yeah.
That was a lot of people, they carry the weapon, they supposed to be the fatwa saying, hey, go to the army units and join, to be part of them, to support and defend for your country. Other parties, and that's good, the God give a green card for Iranian to establish the militias. Because of this, they using part of this fatwa, They said, oh, let's go now, it's the green light for us to establish our militias, because we got fatwa right now. Yeah, they start hiring people to be militias, and they start sending them to Syria. And still we got a group in Syria, like Hezbollah, we got Nujaba, we got
Houthis.
Asaib, ISI, we got a lot of militias there,
Yeah.
And we got an Anbar too. That's how they send. And these people, they've been trained in Iran. It's not like the people who's supporting the Iraqis army, These people stay in Iraq, no. But these groups, no. They went to Iran, they trained for the drones, they trained for all the weapons. Now they come back, they attack in US. They
Right.
attacking anybody. Stay in them, they just attack them. They don't care.
Right. Wow. Now, do you foresee us going back to Iraq?
We already have a group there,
Right.
Yeah.
We never really left technically, but
the bases, yeah.
do you foresee, like, I keep hearing that Al Qaeda and Taliban, they're kind of revamping and growing bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and as far as I know, Taliban, they have total control of Afghanistan, and they basically give Al Qaeda free reign to do whatever. So, do you foresee like Al Qaeda becoming a stronghold again in Iraq?
I told you there is a sleeping cell everywhere, especially in Iraq, But because now most of from the Sunnis people, they join the politics, they got them part of from the government, they good. But trust me, any small problems happen on disagreement between the Sunnis and Shias, Al Qaeda go back again. It's a game. I see that as a game between the politics, Everybody has his agenda.
So it's not stable.
Who's lead the militias right now in Iraq? The government. No, I mean not government as a prime minister. No. I mean some member of the governments. You see them like they have, like most of from the militias. They are part of from they call it Hashd al-Shabi. Who's the like official organization right now in Iraq. And they still paid. And this militia is being paid by Iraq. Wow. And they're attacking U.S. forces.
Right. So, is it stable right now? The country?
I don't think so.
No. So it's probably there's a fair chance that we could go back.
I hope not.
If we do, would you go back?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to be in that same role as you were in before? Okay.
Yeah, I like my job. I love my job.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I told you before the interview. There's a couple of jobs I looking for there.
That's awesome.
Do you
dude.
mind asking how old you are?
Right now 40.
40.
Mhm.
And you're still willing to go and do all that stuff
Yeah.
again. Man, that's
awesome.
fucking awesome.
I went to the basic with 40 years old.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the same as going to Iraq and defending, though.
Yeah,
But
it's a little different.
I see even the army generation is different right now.
Yeah.
It's not like the army before. It's
Right.
not like the army like 10 years ago. Not like the soldier
Oh,
I
for sure.
fight with 10 years ago.
yeah,
This soldier,
they're wimps.
they just social media. Everything
Yeah,
in social media.
they're all
and they
weak.
posted everything.
They're weak-minded. They have no guts. Their hearts are small. Like it's bad. It's bad.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
For example, I heard before they're not allowed to use a phone in a basic training during the 10
right.
weeks, because this is a problem. They allow us now to use the phones for 30 minutes to 1 hour every Sunday to call your family to make sure that's good too.
Yeah.
But I see
Not
that
for basic though.
basic is basic.
Yeah.
I know, but I see all these kids, they sit in the ground, they post in tuk-tuk, they took pictures, snaps, hey, I'm here. No, that's
Crazy.
that's not supposed to be. I see a lot of that's in tuk-tuk,
To use guard for clout.
How is the drill sergeants in basic training?
I like the drill sergeant, but they're not allowed to go hands-on with you anymore, that. They're cool,
Do
Did they
yell
yell
at
a
all?
lot?
They pushing hard.
Okay.
fortunately. Yeah. The problem is not
They're
with the drill
supposed to.
sergeant. The problem is with the soldier.
So they haven't softened up the drill
A
sergeants
little bit, yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
like
they're limited now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rules. Yeah.
yeah. They can't. They always say we can't. And I see that's not right. They need to give them more power.
Did you
Yeah.
see any kids cry?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
We need our military to be strong and to be tough, to be a different breed of human being when they're allowing them to be just like everyday civilians and have the same privileges and the same abilities to cry mental health and all these other weird things. It really just weakens our military and it makes us look bad to the rest of the world, especially like someone like you just made a statement. It's not the same military that I served with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Fucked up. That's bad on America's part, man.
if you guys remember the very first time that I was on the pod,
Yeah.
one of the captions was with a weakening of the military.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like,
Yeah.
you could see it everywhere, unfortunately, and obviously he could see it.
Yeah.
So it's
I see that. Before I went to this group, I was with the infantry, if we want to go missions, QRF, let's say emergency, man, less than 5 minutes, you see all soldier and Humvees ready to go. I don't think so. These people, they can't do it in 5 minutes. I told drill sergeant, you think these people can make it in 5 minutes? I said,
Wow.
we have to let everybody know.
Do you did you see a lot of people quit when things got really hard in basic, or did they get really hard enough to make people quit?
Yeah, 2 or 3 guys, they quit because maybe for a certain reason, mentally they never accept it, because they don't accept somebody yelling at them,
And they leave, they go home,
No,
or they're
it's
just
not
done
easy.
for the day.
Yeah, they're not easy to quit like that,
Yeah.
leave the army, If you plan to quit from the army, at least the process take you 2 to 3 months
Yeah.
to quit. But they still, I see one of them, she's ready quit, but she still come with us for the training, She just sit and look at us. Adam, see, it's only 10 weeks.
And they just let her sit there and just watch?
Yeah, watch
she got paid the whole time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Your
Yeah.
tax dollars. Swear to God.
yeah, she have to pay paid for that.
Yep.
Your tax dollars and your generation.
Did she make it the whole time, but she didn't
We already know
graduate?
what happened with that.
No, she didn't graduate.
But she was there basically the whole time.
Yeah, she looked into her training. I thought you should be joining us at least.
She was there the whole time, or the majority of it.
Whole time.
The whole time. She
So-
could have graduated.
Is that
She have to wake with us at 4:30 in the morning. You have to do.
What a fucking idiot!
That's
What an idiot!
Why is that? Because somebody yelling in the first day.
You got to be kidding me!
I swear to
she
God.
was there the whole time.
Yeah.
It's by design, though, man.
That's crazy.
If our military is weak and the people who are running this country right now are selling us out to our enemies,
Trust me,
then
military
we're
is
in
now weak.
trouble.
Military is now weak. We got the stronger military, but I think the generation is different, because it's the same training, same program. I was reading the book, the green book of It's the same book for 19 something,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, but if they used to train people to be killers and now they give them a hall pass to sit out, it's a weaker military, just the same standards, but or the same training, but not the same standards.
Here's the difference. The difference between when he was with us back then was when 9/11 happened. There was no age.
Right.
And when people joined the military, it was, I'm joining because of this.
Yeah, they wanted to
So
join.
they
to
had
retaliate.
freaking 18 to 35-year-olds lining up outside the door to join the military.
Yep.
And there was a big surge for, I don't know, probably 8 years or so. So that's why when he was with those guys, a lot of them were probably more mature too at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a big thing is people don't see what they would be fighting for now. Like before, it was visible.
There was a reason.
Yeah.
There was a reason.
Yeah.
Why? And you had to be more mature, I guess.
I see something important, to be honest with you. I need to focus on this. There's not a lot of people now go to the army. Why? You know, before when I asked people, hey, why you join the army? Because the college, you know, pay the army pay for my college. Now because there is like a special program on forgiveness from the government. Hey, you said, why join the army now?
Yeah.
Because the government, maybe they go and pay for this. They pay for me this, you know. And the college is cheaper than before, I think. For certain college, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think the bigger thing is, and this is probably statistically shown, is that people just aren't going to college anymore. In
Yes.
general,
That is a big
we're in an entrepreneur, society or world where it's like everyone's self-employed, everyone's an entrepreneur, everyone's starting their own businesses or got some kind of side hustle or some gig going on, and 90% of people who went to college do not even use their college degrees.
Exactly. Yeah.
So less people are going to college because that the cat's out of the bag now. Everyone with a college degree is like, don't do it. It's a waste of money and you'll never pay back the loan and you won't even work in that field.
I have bachelor's degrees in administrative business management, but what is my job right now? Fueler.
Wow. There you
I
go.
don't use it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So why I go to the college then? Why go to the army? I just get my own business,
Wow.
That's interesting. That's actually a crazy story, or crazy background story that you shared with
That was
us.
great.
About
I
Iraq,
appreciate
man.
that.
I think it's
I'm beyond
1%.
impressed.
I think it's 1% right now join the army.
Mhm.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
1%.
That's what my commander said in a graduation. He said, "You see, this soldier is 1% of the population. We need a lot."
Your job is harder than it's ever been, huh, Cody? Recruiting.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I got another quick question for you, man. Looking at this guy, do you think he'd ever pass as a Middle Eastern?
He looked like from Middle East, you know.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get my grandpa is Lebanese, and so a lot of people think I'm Lebanese, and I'm like, no, I'm not at all. He's not even. I don't think we're even really blood related. So I don't think I have any Lebanese in me. So, but yeah, it's a pretty neat one. I'm a mix of all. I mean, but really, I'm only black and white, and maybe like some Indian or Mexican, but that's about it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I see that in the army. I like it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the religion. I like, as a Muslim, I was during the Ramadan month is the holy month for Islam. I was in an AIT. The drill sergeants was really cool with me. They said, "Hey, all Ramadan people, you come to the PT in the morning, do the information, go back, pray, stuff, finish your praying, come back." I don't see that before in the army.
Yeah.
Now they allow us to pray. If you have a waiver for beer,
Yep.
and this is big opportunity from here. I say to all the Muslim people, it's really easy now to join the army because they respect you.
You don't have to
give
shave.
you,
Yeah.
you don't, even if you said, because shave, they give you like a waiver for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, times have changed, man. That's for sure.
Yes.
Cool. Well, Tony, is there anything else you want to add that maybe to blow our minds with or leave with a little awe and shock before we go?
Well, I appreciate your guys here, And I'm sorry, there's a lot of information. I wish I can share with you guys a lot of operations,
Yeah.
but we're not allowed to,
Yeah.
And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
I got one more big question. Do you believe in aliens? And also, do you believe in giants? These are two things we've been arguing about for a while.
What do you mean exactly?
Do you believe that there's aliens that are possibly going to come visit us one day, or we're going to go visit
Extraterrestrial.
them? So extra
From outer space.
in the outer space. Yep.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I see this. I saw that in the movies. They
Yeah.
they put a lot of movies. They put a lot of things. They put a lot about. Oh, there is a lot of I was watching 24 hours. This series.
Yep.
They put a lot of things about other side of religion. No.
No. Yeah. See.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm getting away from it.
He's
I think.
pretty grounded though. So
I get it.
It's just a us thing in America.
Yeah.
Anything about giants? So we've been talking about how tall would you say? Like 12-foot giants, basically, that people are saying are real.
Is there any
Cody.
is there any legends? Is there any legends?
From where you got this story?
Well, Kandahar giants are one of the
Kandahar
more popular
giants.
ones. Yeah.
No.
No legends in Iraq.
No. We don't have legends.
You guys don't have any tales of any kind of mysterious creatures or beings or anything?
I think the tallest one is 6 something. We don't
yeah.
You see that seriously? All the Middle East is not this tall. You see our doors. If you go to Iraq, all doors are
Shorter.
210. Yeah, very short. I see a lot of American. I go, hey, watch your head, buddy. Watch your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that clears that up. Aliens aren't real. Giants aren't real, and I fully
That clears it up, I guess. Yeah.
I agree with you honestly at this point. So,
Well, I will tell you, he could just be covering, because I think it's a little odd, that because of the information you shared with us, you made it clear that you couldn't be on camera for your safety, which I respect. But I think it's kind of odd that you happen to shut off our cameras in the same breath, so they wouldn't work.
That hasn't happened before.
I think he's got some kind of interceptor in his pocket, and he made sure
It's my
these cameras shut off.
It's my job. Make sure no cameras.
Yep. Awesome, man. Well, hey, Tony, we appreciate
Thank
you
you
coming
so
on,
much,
man.
sir.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your life story with us. We really respect everything you've done and appreciate all that you've done, not just as a human for your country, but how you've come and taken part in the military here in our country. I commend you for that, and I super appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
I wish I give everything to this country. This
That's
country
awesome.
give me everything. I have to pay back.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I wish everybody saw it that way, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody. Don't forget to check us out. Like, subscribe, share this podcast with your friends. Talk good, talk bad. Doesn't really matter as long as you're talking about us. Peace.